Good evening, my wonderful people. How are we doing? I trust we are all doing fine by the special grace of God. You are welcome. Welcome to another edition of Discovery Time. If you're joining us, you know what we do. We do best help us to spread the word, tag, it's happening here, it's happening live. It is discovery time, calling the Calvary because we are live. Welcome once again. um yeah, I don't know, just come on. I intentionally did not give us any topic today, um because I just want to go with the flow, though I do have a topic in mind, and which is wisdom is what I have in mind for us to discuss this evening. But I also want to just go with the flow and see, what will come out from us as well. So please, let's do what we do best, join and, call in the Calvary. How has your week been? I can't believe it's already 1 week, man. Days flies. Time waits for no man. The days are flying. It's just like yesterday I was here and we're already, 1 week further. So yeah, the days are really, really flying, and just like, whew, very soon, next week, we are already in June, the middle of the year. Good evening, Faith Zoe. You are welcome. I am doing fine by His grace. How are you doing? How has your week been? Thank you so much. Thank you. Calling the Calvary. Yes, you are doing an awesome job. Thank you. How are you doing, dear? Awesome. That's great. Aye. Why? What happened? Good evening, Bisola. You are welcome. How are you doing? Faith Zoe, I wish you well soon by His grace. My day has been fine, Bisola. Thank you so much. And how are you doing? Malaria, oh, please, please do take care of yourself. Take enough, malaria drugs, hot tea. Though I know the weather is hot there, but still. Oh, thank you so much, Bisola. Thank you so much. Okay, how is the family, Bisola? You don't trust her. Okay. Oh. Please, Fetizo, be strong. Be strong for us, okay? It is well. Calling the Calvary, because tonight is going to be an awesome time once again. Here we don't have any dull moments. And tonight, actually, we are going to deal with a very, very, I should say, also a big topic. It's a topic that encompasses quite a lot. So, yeah, we are just going to deal with what we can deal with this evening, and then we'll see how far we will go another time. Yes, Bisola, we have to push it. By the grace of God, by His help and strength, we will push it. But, like, I posted, please also do take time to take care of yourself. Pushing it, and at the end of the day, failing them because you could not be there for them is going to be a tragedy. So please push it, but also take time to take care of yourself so that you can do more. That's the whole purpose of self-care. The more you take care of yourself, the more also you can do, the more you can give, so they can enjoy you to the fullest if you also take small time to take care of yourself. I'm learning. I'm really learning it myself. This is something that I am learning, really. Just take time. It doesn't matter how, little breaks, just on you. Take time. Spend time. It doesn't mean go and spend money. No, just relax your mind. Take time to relax your mind. Do something to, make you happy and just feel okay without the pressure of, oh, I need to do this, do that, do that, da, 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 da. Just for a few hours, just block everything and enjoy yourself. And then you can now, give more of yourself as well. Good evening, Linda. You are welcome. My day has been fine. Thank you. It has been busy, but fine. Thank you so much. How have you been, and how has your day been? Thank you. Thank you all so much, and you are all welcome. Welcome. Please, so I know we are all ladies, but I do hope to see the men also online soon. But whether ladies or men, we all need to take time to take care of ourselves. There are, especially we Africans, we like doing this. We push, 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 push. Yes, it's good, but self care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Awesome, Linda. You know, you deprive yourself and your loved ones from a lot of things if you don't take time to invest in yourself. Self-care is not selfish. That's why God also advises us to rest. He said, rest in Him. Good evening, Easy Best. You are welcome. God bless you. How are you and the family? You are welcome. We have to rest. We have to rest in Him. And, when you rest in Him, you have the best of all rest. When you take time to soak completely in Him, you come out refreshed. You come out, equipped as well. You don't know where the strength will come from to be doing things. And you also redeem time. That's one thing I am really learning seriously, that the time that you spend to take care of yourself, you actually redeem it, because everything moves faster. You don't waste so much time in not knowing what to do. Things become clear to you. Good evening, Fidelia. You are welcome. How are you? Wow, I have my sister online. Greetings, Maureen. How are you? I'm so happy to see you online. How are you doing? God bless you. Thank you for joining. Thank you all for joining. So please do take care of yourself. We need it. The rate in which, a lot of us, we are kind of, some of our mates, let me put it that way, some of our mates are actually missing it. It's alarming. It's really alarming. Yes, you catch me today, and I'm so happy to see you. Really so happy. It's alarming. And why? Because we don't take the necessary time just to take care of ourselves, because we think, most of us really think it's being selfish, but it's the other way around. We kind of like selfishly give, and that is actually being selfish, just the giving and thinking you don't have any other choice, you just have to be doing it. No, set boundaries as well in the expectations of others, because it's how you also, how um you portray yourself, how you let them see you. That's also how you'll be received. That's also how they'll take you. So set some boundaries and say, okay, I can give and give, but after this period, or by this time, my body is giving me signals, I need to listen to it and rest. We don't do that. We don't do that. And sometimes when we do it, I'm taking myself as an example why I'm saying I'm really learning, because I'm like, I'm here to serve others. And so you do, you give, forgetting yourself. And honestly, the body gives signals. The body tells you, you can't move at this rate. You can't continue at this rate. And if you don't listen, it's going to crash. And then sometimes it crashes and you're like, oh, and all the help you've been rendering, everything you've been doing, it's still, people are still going on, they're moving on, but you are there needing to, recover and, be able to um do more, do actually try to do what you couldn't do because of all the busyness. So we really need to take time to reflect on some things, and that is where wisdom comes in. That's the topic. Wisdom. When we are doing things, we really need to do it with wisdom, because other than that, we can't do it. And so my sister says, honestly, sis, those signals are there. But that's the thing, we really ignore. Our body shows a lot, our body says a lot, but we ignore it. We ignore what our body is saying, we ignore what the signals. It will be, so it can be as little as headache. You realize out of nowhere this terrible headache will start coming, and you think, why am I feeling it? And then it will start with like my body, my hand, my this, my back, my waist. All your body parts start paining you one way or the other. These are signals that your body is giving you, like, you need to rest. You need to rest. And it's the same for men, it's the same for women. It's just that women, especially when you have children, it's more work, and it kind of like, we don't take that signal, because someone like me, if I don't have time to be sick. I don't have time to break down, I don't have time to take care of myself. But then your body shuts down, and then you're like, oh, okay, I need to, now it's a must, I need to take care of myself. Good evening, peace, you are welcome, god bless you. You are so welcome. How are you doing? Ay, 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 peace. Don't worry, just try and catch us, the little that you can catch. Um, it is well. Thanks for joining. So, when the body starts giving the signal with me, I realize, okay, you just need to give up. And that's another thing that we don't like doing. Just saying, I give in. Give in to it. I give in, and I want to take the time to just detox, de-stress. We don't do that. Is it best you say it happened to you? You broke down? Because if you don't give in, your body will give up. That's at the end what it will happen. Your body gives you so much signals, you continue to ignore it. It will one day just say, puff, give up. And that is where we don't want to be. That's where we don't want to go. So please, my dear sisters and brothers, it is not selfish to take small time for yourself. Now, taking time for yourself does not mean every weekend going out and drinking and so forth. Wisdom. We need wisdom. Taking out time is not just, going shopping, spending anyhow. No, it's just doing those things that will help you to um, calm yourself down, and actually also put things into perspective. For me, what works really, sometimes it's just reading. I love reading. I love dancing. And so sometimes I'll just dance things off and then take my book, read, or, just do things to relax my mind. But at the same time, also writing. Sometimes I'll just start writing some things. And while I'm writing, I realize that it's like my brain is order, there is order. The topic is wisdom, my sister, but wisdom in our daily life, wisdom in everything. Good evening, Lydia. You are welcome. Wisdom Tessie. So it's when I start writing, I realize, there is something going on and it calms me down. It really calms my brain down, and the stress or the high level of stress starts, reducing. So I really find out that, okay, it really helps when I start writing down and then go through the process. It doesn't take much time, sometimes 10, 15 minutes. I'm writing. And before I know, I've written like how many pages. I'm writing maybe I something I read in the Bible that I'm meditating on, and start just writing on it. And the words will just start coming, and my mind just go from stress to calm, just calm, and it helps. So find those things that you can do. It doesn't need to take a whole day, it doesn't need to take a whole hour even, but those little breaks you can put in to help you just detox, calm down a little bit, so that you can really give the best of yourself that day, or even the week. So we really need, in everything we are doing, we need wisdom. And please, I think we are all here. We've heard wisdom so many times, to be wise in a lot of things. I know I've also spoken about wisdom in the past. I'm relating it to, how our daily lives, but just tell me, what is wisdom to you? If you are to define wisdom, how will you define it? Yes, my dear, God help us all. God help us all, seriously. It's something that we all need help with. So, how will you define wisdom? I'm listening. Good evening, Bello. You are welcome. Deborah, you are welcome. God bless you. How are you doing? Prayer for you, keeping things simple. Exactly, my dear. All of us, we need to keep things simple. Good evening, Ademola. You are welcome. How are you doing? Wisdom is profitable. But profitable unto what and to who? Can you define that for us, please? Wisdom is profitable unto who? Good evening, Ademola. You're welcome. You said wisdom is profitable. Wisdom is profitable to, thank you, to direct. Yes, Lydia, to direct. Mm-hmm. Good evening, Destiny. You are welcome. How are you doing? Wisdom is profitable to direct. Okay. What else? Good evening, Ruth. You are welcome. I'm doing fine. Thank you. And you? Okay. Wisdom is having good judgment on a thing or situation. Wisdom is having a good judgment on a thing or a situation. Okay, I'm going to show this Bello because your own is quite long. Bello says wisdom is the ability to make good judgments based on what you have learned from your experience, or the knowledge and understanding that gives you this ability. All right. Thank you so much, Joy. Good evening. You are welcome. Lydia says, how are you doing, Joy? Wisdom is a principal thing. In all you're getting, get wisdom. Okay. Yes, it's a principal thing. In all you're getting, get wisdom. That's what the Bible says. Absolutely. All right. I think. Yeah, I've shown this of Bello. Isabel says, wisdom can be defined as knowing when to draw the line. All right, knowing when to draw the line. Knowing when to draw the line. Okay, you are so welcome. So knowing when to draw the line, that's wisdom. Okay, let it roll in. What is wisdom for you? Good evening, Benjamin. You are welcome. How are you doing? Faith Zoe says, wisdom is the ability to use your knowledge and experience to make good decisions and judgments. Okay. Wisdom is the ability to use your knowledge and experience to make good. All right. Joy also says wisdom is the ability to comprehend and produce a reasonable output. Wow, I am learning a lot. This one a grammar too much for me. Good evening, Ify. You are welcome. How are you doing? Welcome, dear. So Lydia says, wisdom is profitable to direct in all your getting. Get wisdom. Absolutely. Okay. Destiny. Wisdom is the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment, the quality of being wise. The quality of being wise. Huh. Thank you so much, Joy. Okay, Benjamin says wisdom is a principal thing, being reasonable in handling issues. Okay, okay, being reasonable in handling issues. Also, awesome. Um, Easy Best says again, wisdom is the power of judging rightly. Okay. Bisola says, wisdom is hearing a word, digesting it, and giving the best judgment to it. Okay. Deborah says, wisdom is knowing when to say yes or no and not to be taken advantage of. Amen. Amen. Lydia, wisdom is power. Absolutely. Okay, your definitions, all of you, all you are so right on wisdom. You are so right on wisdom. Wisdom is something that for me, and most of the ability, most of the definitions has already really been given. The ability to use your experience, to use what you have learned, the knowledge, and to actually to apply the knowledge, the experience in the right context, in the right situation. Now, it then requires you, one, to have knowledge. Having knowledge, I always say, they say that knowledge is power, but it's not just knowing that is powerful. It is really the insight in the knowledge that makes you powerful. The understanding that goes deeper, deeper than just mere understanding. Insight is, you know something, you kind of like understand, but then you have the real meaning behind the understanding. You have like, the context. How should I put it? It's I want to have a very simple you really, in which context that knowledge was given, the reason, yes, more like the reason behind the knowledge, the reason, the motive, the reason behind the knowledge, which makes it more, it's deeper than the understanding. So you can have in most, in school, we can tell a student, okay, give me the definition of something, and a student can just say it out, blah blah blah, reproduce. That is just reproduction. If you want to know, has the student understood, whatever they are reproducing, you can ask one or two questions. But it is, if you want to go deeper to know, does this person know how to apply it, which then is then the wisdom, you go further. Okay, now take A, B, C, and let me see the definition that you just gave. How are you going to apply it? Then you will really know that this person has not only understood but have the insight to what that definition is. That is where then wisdom comes in. Having the insight and knowing exactly when and how to apply the knowledge. That is how makes that is what makes the knowledge powerful. So the power in knowledge is not just knowing. You can know you have a certain amount of money, but if you don't have the understanding in what that money is, that currency, and the insight in what the currency can actually do for you, it cannot bear fruit. You cannot do anything with it. It will not be successful for you in anything. Why? You lack insight. You lack insight. So to be able to use wisdom, you must first have what? The understanding, the insight. That's why the Bible also says, in all your getting. So get wisdom. Wisdom is very important. But in all your getting, get what? Understanding. And that understanding, that is the insight. Get the insight, get the reason behind. If laws are given, understand the laws. Not only knowing the laws, but understand, why is this thing given? What is the reason behind it? That is the only way you can effectively use it for it to bear fruit for you. That is the only way you can actually say, oh yes, I can apply this law to this situation and it will give me this result. Then you are actually acting in wisdom. Now, wisdom, we need it. It's like the Bible actually asks us in more than many ways, in all you're getting, get what? Wisdom. But then it also tells us that the fear of the Lord, with that we are still dealing with fear. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It's just the beginning of it. Is the beginning of wisdom. Oh, hello, Austin Wise. This is the first time I'm seeing you. Good evening. You're welcome. How are you doing? You're the fear of the Lord. Now, we've dealt with fear, and I want to bring a little bit of, clarity, a little bit of depth into this. The Bible, when the Bible says the fear of the Lord, when we dealt with fear, we say fear is, we see it as a monstrous something, and most of the time it's not that which we have to fear. Now, the fear here that is being used is not that we need to fear God like some someone or to avoid that he's going to, like, it's a danger, because fear, the emotion fear, warns us of danger. It's unfortunately not, it's not talking about that. So we should not kind of like feel that God is dangerous and so we should fear him, and that is the wisdom. No, that's not what he's saying. It is actually having a deeper revelation, and therefore deep respect to God. Deep respect of God. That's what that fear is. When you revere someone, when you have so much deep respect for someone, like you go to a king. Let's just take earthly king and queens, for example. When you know that king, what that king is capable of doing, well, if we are using earthly king and queens, then we might put this fear that we need to avoid them when you know they are actually like wicked or they have very bad reputation. But when you also know that this king has so much, his influence reaches all over, and he has so much um things that he has done or is doing. He is so powerful, and yet he is calling you to come to him. You go with this deep, there is this not fear, but like awe as well. You stand in awe, um you admire the king, but you also have this deep, deep, deep respect. Why? You have knowledge of who that king is. You have knowledge of his influence and how he's reached the, go. Good evening. And then, which one do you prefer me to use? Akinola or Nemat? Good evening. You are welcome. God bless you. You're so welcome. This is the first time I'm also seeing you. I'm happy to be seeing new people here. You are welcome. Just let me know which one you prefer. If I'm using your name, do you prefer me to call you Akinola, or just let me know which one you prefer? Okay, you are welcome there. Feel at home. If you know that, because you have a deep understanding and you have you have knowledge and deep understanding of who that king is, you approach that king in a different manner, with respect, with honor, with you don't just come anyhow. That is that fear there that is referring to. The fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom. Now, if you have deep knowledge and understanding, which is insight who God is, that is the beginning of your wisdom. So if we are talking about wisdom, let us not, because sometimes I always say, you can be very smart, very smart, very intelligent. It doesn't make you wise. You can be all that intelligent and so forth. Criminal minds, they are smart, they are intelligent people, but they are not acting in wisdom. They are not acting in wisdom. Why? Because they are using that gift, because it's a gift given to them, and they are using it wrongly. That's not wisdom. The wise man, well, we said, the wisest man ever to live, King Solomon, acted honestly, I'm sorry to say, but foolishly in following other gods. After having all this wisdom, he still acted foolishly at the end of the day by following all these other gods and so many women, who took his heart and mind away from God, even with all that wisdom. So even he also did not always act in wisdom. Having all this understanding, having all this knowledge, knowing that everything under the sun is just vanity, that the King of Kings, you don't play with the King. You have this understanding of who the King of Kings is. That is the beginning of wisdom. And when you have that wisdom, that is when wisdom, they say wisdom is profitable. But why is it profitable? It's profitable to direct. Yes, it's profitable to guide. But with wisdom, you redeem time. With wisdom, you don't only redeem time. In my book, I write about the time commanders. You command time. What is commanding time? It's not, hey, time, I command you, because we can't control time. That's one thing we need to get it out. Yes, there is good sense and bad sense. Absolutely, your pastor is right. Wisdom and corny wisdom. Well, there is no, for me, the corny is no wisdom. There is no wisdom in being corny. There is no wisdom in being corny. Wisdom is, when we talk about wisdom is always and must always be seen or connected with good and positive. You can never connect it with evil, because there is just no wisdom in evil. There is no wisdom in you have those that they are intelligent, they are smart, they are corny, they are not wise. That is not wise, because if you are, you will not be corny. If you are wise, you will not be deceitful. If you are wise, you will not be lying. If you are wise, you will not. No, that is not wisdom. That is just, as the Bible calls it out, they are the children of, their father, the liar, the deceiver. So there is no wisdom in that. Wisdom is always connected with good. Why? Because it is profitable. It is profitable. It is profitable to direct you. It is meant to bring you good, but not only good, because when it brings you good, it brings also your surrounding, everything and everyone around you profits from it. That's why we are advised to get it. Get wisdom, which means it is something you can get. I mean, if you read Proverbs, I think Proverbs chapter 8, the whole chapter is talking about the personality of wisdom. Wisdom is a person. You should address it as a person. It's addressing the, like, how you can call it, how you can actually, most sometimes when I'm praying, I say, God, let your wisdom be like a mantle over me. Let it be like a mantle covering me. It's a personality. So if he says in all our getting, get wisdom, we also read that if you lack anything, also including wisdom, ask and it shall be given. Solomon asked for it and he got it. He got it. He asked for it and he got it. So if you know this is an area that I lack, it's very important to pray for it and get it. Why? It is really profitable. Not to do evil, but to actually know what to do exactly when and how to do it. That is how you command time. You don't command time by, hey, time now, work for me or do this. No, because only God has control over time. We cannot control time. If you guys have followed my teachings around about time, time is something that you don't control it. We can't control it, but um you can use it. You can have understanding in it and use it to be profitable unto you. You can, like the sons of Issachar, had understanding in the times and seasons, and it made them mighty among their brethren. It made them great among their brethren because they had this gift of having understanding, knowing exactly what to do. I call them the time commanders. Those are the time commanders. They don't command time, but they know and have understanding in the seasons of time and can be able to use it. We live in seasons. If we are talking about summer, winter, spring and all that, those are the seasons. But every year is also a new season. Every day is another opportunity to do things. It's a new season. It's time as well. Time is measured not only in hours. It's not measured only in months. It's measured in all of that. In hours, in seasons, in days, in months, everything, every opportunity, every new thing, it's time. It is all the currency time. And so how you can use that currency time to benefit you, you need wisdom. We cannot do without it. You need wisdom. You need to understand. Challenges, they are seasons. Challenges are seasons. So you need to understand, in which season am I in now? What am I facing? What is going on? Which season am I in and what am I to do? It's a season and you need to understand that season to know exactly what to do. That's why sometimes we miss it because we don't take time to understand the challenges. We don't take time to really have knowledge in what is this? What am I going through? What is happening? Why is it happening? What am I to understand here? Take it to God in prayers. Lord, what is this? Why is it happening? How am I supposed to react? What am I to, pick up from here? And what is my next step? We need to take time to analyze your situation, analyze the challenges, and then you'll be able to maybe pick one or two things. Pick one or two things that will help you now overcome those challenges as a winner and not as a loser. Because if you don't take time That's the coin of time. Time, time, time. If you don't take time, you either lose time or you actually gain time. And you can only gain time when you apply wisdom. Redeeming time is actually gaining time. You've lost it, you redeem it. Redeem. Anytime you see it means you already had it. You maybe lost it and you are regaining it. You are re-getting it. Anywhere you see it was like it was before something. And the same it it was there, maybe lost, and now you are recovering it. For example, you had it before, you lost it, and now you are recovering it. So redeeming is that you already had it, but maybe lost it due to lack of understanding and wisdom, you know? And now you now have to redeem it. That which you lost, you redeem, and you actually, in redeeming, you gain more. You gain more, and you need wisdom. We need wisdom for that. We cannot do without wisdom. And that's why the Bible advises that, if you lack it, pray for it. Pray for it and you will get it. Pray for it and you will get it. This thing with time, if you don't take care, like time has been around more than us. Time is old. Time is old. Time is infinite, right? It goes on. It continues. The years continues. It's a cycle. The seasons continue. God said, the word of God says, as long as as long as there is earth here, there is always going to be harvest, seed time, sow time, harvest time, which means the seasons are always going to be there. There is always going to be summer, winter, no matter how much they are saying there is global warming and whatsoever. The seasons are going to remain. The seasons are going to remain. Winter is going to be there. It's going to be harder. It's going to be harsher, probably, but it's going to be there. Summer is going to be there. It's going to be hotter, probably, but it's still going to be there. They are going to remain. Why? Because time is infinite. As long as the earth remains, time and season will always remain. Now, you can only be above or gain, or how should I? Yeah, you can only gain what the time has for you if you take time to invest. Time is currency. So if you take the time to invest in that time to understand what exactly is going on, what is this season I'm in? What is it? What is it teaching me? How am I to deal with it? That how is actually where wisdom comes in, because wisdom is knowing how to apply your knowledge, the knowledge that you have gained, the experience, knowing how and when to apply it. So when you know it, then you can be victorious. Then you are actually commanding the time. I use the word command, um not in the sense that we kind of like, okay, we command time, go, come. No. But even that, we are made to understand Joshua commanded the sun to stand still and not to move until Israel got what? Victory. So even that, you can command it. It's there to work for you, but you must understand it and use it wisely. You must have deeper insight in it so that it doesn't consume you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Why is it principal? Because in this life, nothing happens just like that. I'm serious in this. I keep repeating myself, but it's the message that I'm sent to bring. Nothing happens in life just like that. So you cannot just sit down and live life anyhow, because it doesn't work like that. The day is a new season. The time is a new, time as an hour is a new season, it's a new time. The year is a new time, a new season. They are all new opportunities. See, we as human beings, we as humans, we have this finite body. This body is it will end one day, yeah. But the spirit man in us is eternity. The spirit man in us lives forever. That's we need to get this understanding. So first of all, you are a, a forever being trapped in a body, physical body that will one day live, that will one day die, that will one day decay. But your spiritual man, your spirit man will not. So in this life on earth, we are bound by time. Time is not bound by us. You can only bound time if you now understand the time. But in this physical world, the time continues. But when you exit the world, you are not bound by time. Time is only meant for here, us on earth, in this realm. In the other realm, time is useless. There is no time, it's only eternity, forever. So you don't get to have opportunities to do things over and over or differently. It's just in this realm. It's just in this realm. So we need to have this understanding. Time is given to us to help us, to break things down to us. You were once 2 years. You are not that two again. You cannot reverse it. It's gone. It's gone. Any hour you spend, that hour is gone. You cannot get it back. It's gone. So how you use it will actually, and that's the thing, that's one thing we really need to understand, because how you spend your time here determines your eternity. It determines your eternity. I'm going to repeat myself. Time is infinite, but our life, the time given to us, the time frame, is finite. It is finite. It has a beginning and it has an end. But your eternity is determined by this finite reality. You know, it is determined by this finite reality. So if you are not living an intentional life, if you are not living with the consciousness of this, that time is meant to serve you, but if you don't take care and if you think you can play time, it will play you because it's gone. And whatever you serve time with here speaks for you in eternity. It speaks for you in eternity. So we must be wise in our ways. There are some things, please, if it's not worth it, don't waste time on it. I always tell my children, you can do everything, but always ask yourself, what value is it bringing to me? What value is it adding to me? Because if you add value to yourself, you can now also add value to others. If you don't add value to yourself, you can't, because what you have is what you give. That's just as simple as that. What you have is what you will give. So what you now take time to refresh, to detox and put in is what you also give. So my dear people, that if you don't take really enough time to just refresh, rewind, relearn, very important, relearn some things, you are going to remain at a level that time will just fly past you by. Things will just pass you by and you'll be wondering, why am I still at this level? Why am I still here when my mates or others have passed? Time is very important. It continues. When we exit, when your time comes, we don't have the same time. Oh. We don't have the same time. So forget that this one is already there. No, you don't measure time like that, because your time and my time are not the same. So if someone is already there, let them be there, applaud for them, support them. That is their time. That is their season. Is it your season? What is your season telling you? Is it your season? What are you doing in that season, in that moment? What are you doing for your tomorrow? The preparation you prepare today is what will give birth to tomorrow. If you live life anyhow, your tomorrow will also come and meet you anyhow. Life does not just happen, my dear people. If you live anyhow time, you live life anyhow, tomorrow will come and meet you at the same spot, maybe even in worse condition. Do not put your eye on the time of another man or woman. That's their own time. That you are 40 today does not mean that someone else will meet that 40. That's the reality of things, my people. You've reached 40, hallelujah, celebrate, thank God. But ask yourself, how have I spent the past 40 years? And how am I going to spend the coming 40 years? If you prepare, it's whatever you prepare for, that's what you will get. If you prepare for it for the coming 40 years, you will also get that. That is commanding time. You will also get that 40 years because you have been preparing. You put things there, you start, you walk towards it, you do. And trust me, before you look back, you realize, ooh, man, time has passed. Oh, and now you make another assessment. What happened? How have I spent it? Am I on the right track? Are things going on? You need to plan your ways. But when you are, I come again, the fear of the Lord. When you are in the Lord, when you know Him, because His word says what? His plans for you are for good, to bring you an expected end and not for evil. So when you know His plans for you, and also you should know that He says in His word that they that know their God, so they that know Him shall be strong and do great exploit. That is the wisdom. Know your God. That is where the fear is. Know Him. Know who He is. Know the kind of awesomeness that He is, and you show Him that. That is the beginning of wisdom, and you will see that time will begin to work for you. The things that are supposed to crush you, it will maybe, dim your spirit for a while. But if you refresh yourself in Him, if you gain that courage, give you that strength, and before you know it, you are back on track. Challenges are always going to be there. That's part of life. That is I call it them the sharpening materials that God used to sharpen us. Challenges, trials, they'll be there. Temptation is a different level, but He allows them also for the same purpose of sharpening. Soldiers go through training. Before they can reach some certain levels, they have to pass through some trainings. You need to pass through it. If you don't, you are crushed, gone. But every level you overcome, you move to a different level. And that level also, you meet other challenges that were greater than the former one. Why? Because you have gained more strength. You have gained more experience. You have now gained more tactics as well. So when we say wisdom is knowing using your experience and knowledge, every level you go, the higher you go, the more you will meet, the more you will see. But it's also because you have gained so much more to be able to stand. Wisdom. We need it in everything. And when I say wisdom, you know, wisdom without God, there is no wisdom. Wisdom without God, there is no wisdom. Wisdom is very important. We need it. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So go back to that knowledge, to that deeper understanding, to knowing who He is, His promises. Go back to that and you walk in wisdom, because automatically wisdom will be attracted to you. I tell you, it's a personality, it will attach itself to you and you'll be doing things. No, wisdom, they say, oh, with age comes wisdom. No, I'm sorry. I'm here to disagree with that. It's not true. It's not true. With age, wisdom does not come by age. It is not true, because if you do not know something and you are in ignorance, you continue in that ignorance. It is not with wisdom. It is not with wisdom. So it is rather the openness that you will now have to learn things, undo some maybe negative things that you thought you knew, and now relearn what is right, what is good, so that you can be able to use it. That is when now wisdom comes in. You might have experience in some things, but if they are all in ignorance, it is not wisdom. You just know some things happen and some things can happen, but they are in ignorance. It is not wisdom. So age does not come. I mean, wisdom does not come with age. The same thing with maturity. I had a meeting the other day, and they were talking about, oh, from which age is someone mature to do some certain things, and I had to laugh with that question, because I'm like, maturity does not come with age. Maturity, someone can be 18. That doesn't make that person mature. Absolutely not. Somebody can be 40 and you still won't be wondering, is this person, his or her age? No. Maturity comes with wisdom. Maturity comes with the understanding of things and how you handle them. And you can have a child saying some heavy things, acting more than than his or her age. We are seeing that person as a child, but in a lot of ways, that child is more matured than most of the adults around him or her. Maturity is not with age. Please, no matter how old you are, start to seek wisdom. If we have not been doing it, let that be our daily quest, because you cannot be great without wisdom. We are still on the whole, this year I said we are dealing with greatness. You cannot attain greatness if wisdom is lacking. 419, corniness, that is not wisdom. Those things will maybe gain you small thing, but you lose big time. How many of you would like to continue to work with someone that is dishonest? No, now. How many of you would like to work with someone that tomorrow they can stab you in the back? Because anyone that is fraudulent will defraud you as well. Anyone you're working with that is corny will be corny on you as well. Forget, don't think they can never do it to me. If they're doing it to others, they will do it to you. Anyone you see that is lying, they will also be lying to you. Let's be honest about this. Let's be honest about this. Don't think, oh, to them he's like that or she's like that, but not to me. Whatever anyone is to another person, trust me, they will do it to you. Hang around with such people and you become like them. That's why the Bible says, flee away from such. Don't don't flee away. Don't sit in the seat of the sinners and walk on the same way with the scorners and the wicked people. Don't, because when you do, it will rub on you. It will definitely rub on you. Seek those that will lift you up, those that will help you grow, those that will help you to understand some things, to help you achieve your purpose in life. Please, let's seek wisdom with everything we've got, because all the riches you are looking for, my dear people, yes, country hard, yes, if you what you need is one idea and the guidance of God. They say what wisdom is profitable to direct, and you are gone. Rich, if you like, accumulate it through corny way, you will lose it big time. You might maybe seeing it coming, but they will all disappear one day, big time. But the one that you get using the right way, using, standing on the right path, no one can take it away from you. Your children will come and also enjoy it. It's through wisdom that Abraham was established. He was a righteous man. Righteousness is wisdom. Jacob was established, even though his name was what? A deceiver. But when his name changed to Israel, what happened? So look at those things. What is it that is blocking me? What is it that is not making me to move? What season am I in and what am I to learn? What and how do I go about it? Our challenges are not the same. Our time are not the same. Your time, my time is not the same. What you're going through, it might be similar, but it's not the same. It might not be for the same purpose either. So let's not be comparing ourselves with one another. That's not what the purpose is. Seek your own path with your maker. Seek your own path with your maker, because he knows the plans that he has for you. Not the one he has for A and B and C are for A, B, and C. The one he has for you is for you. Seek his skin, seek him. He has the blueprint for your life, not the other one. So if you are looking there and thinking, that one is there, I want to be like that one, it's good to be as an inspiration. But what is more important is what is there for me. Even though I want to be like the other one, I want to learn what ethics did that person use to be where he is or where she is, not to be like that person, but so that on my own path, I can also be successful. Those are two different things. Anyway, I'm going to round up here. Thank you so much, all of you, for your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining, for tuning. Our time is up. It's exactly 1 hour. Thank you so much for joining. And I will be coming your way by the grace of God next week, and we might continue with it. God bless you all. And I hope you are blessed. You've been blessed. I've been talking I've been forgive me if I come a little bit but I just want us to get it. I just want us to get it, because sometimes we are focusing so much on the riches and not on the ethics. We are focusing so much on what we want to gain, and not on the how. And it's so important that we learn, that we come back to our maker and be able to understand what his plan is for us. Good evening, patients. You are welcome. God bless you. Yeah, you came a bit, but it's okay. I understand. It's not easy. It's not easy. Thank you for joining them. But we are just rounding up. Bello, I thank you for staying. And yeah, I just hope that we've learned one or two things. Like I said, discovery time is not learning new things per se, but bringing us back to the core, the most important things. So I hope that I am achieving that by the grace of God. And I'll be coming your way. All the new one, Austin, I'm so grateful to see you. I hope that you'll be joining more. Um, you are all welcome. God bless you so much. And we'll be seeing by the grace of God next week. Do have a blessed day and a blessed week. God bless.